Grace for Modern Horseman TV with Savannah Lindsay in Wade, North Carolina. Savannah, I understand that you're the president from your 4-H group. Can you tell me a little about your duties for your 4-H group?
Yes, our 4-H group is called Thunderhooves in Cumberland County, and we are the only 4-H group in 4-H horse group in Cumberland County. And we started, I think, last October, and we've been doing a lot of volunteer work since then. We went to Pet a Pony, and we volunteered there, and went to Lonnie Mae, and we just recently went to a place called Horses for Heroes, and it's for military people that have got back and they have issues, or kids that have depression and Down syndrome, and they come and ride, and they do therapy, and the horses help them.
What has been your favorite experience with your 4-H group so far? Probably when we went to the NCHJA horse show in Raleigh. It was a hunter jumper show for North Carolina, and that's where the Pet a Pony was, and we got to watch the jumping, and we got a really cool picture, and we did a lot of touring and giving out stickers and stuff. Do you own your own horse?
Yes, I do. His name is Sarge. His registered name is Sergeant T. Sullivan, and he's a purebred Arabian. He is 19 years old, and I show him hunter, and I also do trail challenges with him, and we travel a bunch of different places in North Carolina. And I've had him for probably 2 years now, and when he was 3, he went to nationals for trail with his breeder, and I recently did a story on him for the 4-H State Horse Show, and it was a short essay, and it was called Sarge's Journey, and it was just about his life and how I learned about him and everything I did learn about him, because when he came to me, he was left in a field, and I mean, he was taken care of well, but he just wasn't. He was ridden. He just wasn't ridden a lot like I ride him, and he doesn't have as much going on as he does now, and he's just a really great horse, and I've learned a lot about him.
From your hunter and trail experiences, which one is your favorite?
Probably hunter, because it's a real challenge for me and him, because I really have to work with him, moving out really nice, and working like an Arab is supposed to work.
Do you have any long-term goals with your horse?
I would love to get a first place ribbon with him. I haven't gotten one yet. I've had a bunch of second places, and I would like to do minor liberty work with him and having him follow me around some. I mean, he already does, but I think it'd be really fun. I want to teach him to lay down.
Can you explain to me what liberty work is?
Yes, it's pretty much anything you can think of without a halter or a bridle. And you have a thing called freestyle, and it's where you make your horse follow you, trot with you, back up, side pass, yield your hindquarters, make your horse lay down, sit up, and just, it's really cool to watch and do.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to get a degree in equine management, and I want to have my own place and be a horse trainer.
How do you think 4-H is preparing you for your goal?
Well, 4-H involves me a lot more with horses and learning a lot more about them, and because we are doing a lot of studying on breeds and bone structures and body scoring, and just doing a lot of stuff with horses, and it really involves me and teaches me a lot.
Do you do jumping with your horse?
I do, but I do not show. I just do kind of jumping for fun, and he's not good enough to show yet, and I don't plan on jumping him in a show, but I do jump him just for fun of it because I really like to do it, and it's a lot of fun.
In the hunter world, what division do you do?
I just do regular hunt seat, and I don't do, I just do on the flat classes.
Do you plan to do dressage or reining or anything else?
I have done reining before. I did a reining class at the Johnson County Summer Series show in Raleigh, and I got 4th place out of I think 10, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And I show Western Pleasure on a horse named Delilah, and I show Diamond working Western, and I've done reining, and I show Sarge Hunter, and I also show Diamond Trail 2 at Trail Challenges and Sarge, and I do a lot. It's a lot of fun. I really like to do it.
And I've heard a lot about your trainer, Claudia. Could you tell me a little bit about her?
Yes, I've been with her for 4 years, and I've never been to a different place before, and I really, really like it here, and she teaches me a lot, and I really like her, and she has really helped me throughout horses and working with me and just teaching me a lot.
That you did the trail challenge. Can you tell me a little bit how you've come in that?
Yes, the last challenge I did actually with the horse Diamond, I ride novice. I ride him novice, and I ride Sarge beginner or youth. And with Diamond, I got 1st place out of 17 people, and I got a plaque and 1st place ribbon, and I'm getting points in both of them. And I've just now started taking a yearling that I've been working with and taking her to trail challenges, and it's really teaching her a lot. I'm not doing points with her, and I just do it for fun, just to get her used to everything, and we plan to do a lot with her when she gets older. We plan to teach her trick training and liberty work, and she's just going to be an all-around horse, and I do it in hand on the ground, and points are at the end of the year. You get all your points added up from your rankings every trail challenge, and for novice, experienced, and pro, you can win a saddle, and I don't remember what you can win for youth. You win a saddle pad for youth, and they add all your scores up at the end, and that you can have a shot at winning a new saddle.
So you mentioned 2 other horses. Do you do anything else with them besides trail?
Yes, Diamond is owned by Miss Claudia McClawley, and he is her personal horse. And she's had him since he was 6 months old, and he's 10 years old now. And he teaches me a lot, and he's a lot of fun to ride.
So I've seen you on television a lot. What is that like?
Yes, we've just recently did a lot of 4-H, not 4-H, but 2-minute presentations for Modern Horseman TV with Miss Rose, and Miss Claudia and I also did 5-minute riding lessons last year at the North Carolina State Fair, and we're planning to do them again this year. And the 5-minute riding lessons are when in the Hunt Complex, part of the college, and people are allowed to come to the state fair, and they're allowed to come and ride the horses for 5 minutes, and you just kind of get like a little mini lesson, and it kind of gets you interested in horses and shows you a little bit about what we do. I mean, it's only 5 minutes, but it kind of teaches you just how to steer your horse and just the basics to kind of get you interested in it.
I know nothing about reining. Can you explain that to me?
Yes, I don't really know that much about it either, but I do know that you have a certain pattern that you do, and you're scored on how well you can make your circles, how well you can stop. And in reining, you want to, you're cantering down a line, and then you speed up to a gallop or a really fast canter, and you slide, and your horse's feet slide under them, and they they stop really fast, and you have to really have a good seat, and it's a lot of fun. It's really fun to do.
How did you do when you did your reining show?
I got 4th place out of, I think, 10 or 11 people, and I think my time was 70 seconds and something, and it was, I guess that's how they score it, but on your times and how well you do the pattern, and if you do the pattern correctly, and it was a lot of fun to do.
Do you plan to do reining in the future?
It's probably not going to be my main thing, but I would like to do it again.
What do you think your main thing is going to be?
Probably Western Pleasure and Hunter.
Thank you so much for letting me hear about you. We plan to follow you with your future.
Thank you. You're welcome.
If you're interested in a career working with horses, then Martin Community College is the place for you. MCC's Equine Technology program is the only one offered among North Carolina's 58 community colleges. The program is management-oriented with classes in breeding, nutrition, training, riding, equine health, and more. Graduates can leave MCC prepared to work in recreational and racing barns, breed to discipline-oriented farms, or assistant farm management. For more information, contact Martin Community College today.
Hi, my name is Savannah Lindsay, and I'm from the Cumberland County Thunderhooves 4-H Club. And today I will be talking to you about how to yield your hind and forequarters on your horse on the ground. So your horse's forequarters are right here in the front, his 2 legs right here, and then his hindquarters are his back legs, okay? And how we do this and why we do this is because it's just another way to gain respect over your horse and to get your horse to use the thinking side of his brain. Okay, and so first we're going to yield our horse's hindquarters. So I'm going to hold my hand at eye level, right, in line with his eye, and then I'm going to, for his hindquarters, I'm going to look at his hip and put energy through the stick. And you want to give your horse some slack in his face, because most people tend to yank on the horse's face when they do this, and you're just going to rub him to a stop. You always want to use your training tool to rub him to a stop, because this is what you would be using to correct him if he was doing something wrong. So we have to do the other side now. Make your horse's feet move. Eye level, look at his hip. And rub him to a stop.
Now we're going to yield the 4/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my hand at eye level and my training tool at mid-neck, energy through the stick. And you want your horse's feet to cross, because if they're not crossing, then you have no respect over your horse at all. And that goes the same for the hindquarters too. So you're going to rev them to a stop. Whatever you do on one side, you must do on the other. Okay, pull, eye level and mid-neck. Make sure he's crossing those feet. Good boy. And that is how you properly yield your horse's hindquarters and 4/4. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Keene, and I'm part of the Cumberland County 4-H Club Thunderhooves, and today I will be talking about how to send your horse. Sending your horse is a very important skill because it is used in many other skills, such as sending your horse into a trailer or a stall. So how you do it is that you go about 6 feet in length and point and put energy in that stick. When the tail passes, I'm going to step with my outside foot and bring my stick down to the ground. If he gets too close, back him up a little. Let him know that you mean business. So I'm going to do the same thing. Point, give him a froom, tail past his shoulder. And if he's too close, do the same thing. You want to make sure that you put energy into the stick. And you also want to aim your belly button at his hip to yield his hindquarters. So you're going to continue doing this over and over again until you feel like your horse is going through safely and calmly. You don't want your horse to be like cantering through and all. You want to place your horse between you and the fence. This can also help your horse get over being claustrophobic. So I feel like he's calm, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to rub him and reward him. Whenever he does something good, you always want to reward him. And that is how you send your horse. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Stevie F. Sherm, and I'm a part of the Cumberland County 4-H Club Thunderhooves. Today I'll be talking to you about riding a circle. The horse I'll be riding today is Diamond. So first you're gonna ask your horse to walk. Walk. Come on. Walk. If you're beginning, it's best to have a layout of cones so you can have a visual of the circle. You're going to put pressure on him, on his body from your inside leg. And you want to keep your rein steady so he's not drifting. And you want to guide him around the circle with your inside rein. And while you're doing this, you just want to see the corner of his inside eye. When you're ready, you're going to circle around and do this the other way. It's the same thing, but with the other rein and foot and leg. Another very important thing is you should always keep your hips squared with his shoulders. And when you're ready to stop, sit back, say whoa, and pull back on your reins if you have to. Thank you.
You've worked hard and carefully planned your career. You've built your business. Shouldn't your farm's appearance reflect who you are, your success? Like a timeless work of art to be your legacy, handed down through your generations. Let T&T Lawn Care design, install, and maintain a landscape to reflect who you've become. With our uncompromising attention to detail, we deliver high value in a competitive market. Call T&T Lawn Care today, 336-574-0410.
One of my favorite things to do in the summertime is go swimming. What about you? If you're lucky enough, your horse also likes to swim too. Here are a few things you need to know before you start swimming. You always want to make sure that you have supervision before you go in the pond. Then you always want to make sure that there are no fallen trees or trash loose in the pond. And you always want to make sure that the footing is not too bad so your horse doesn't get caught in the pond or slip or anything like that. And you also want to know that your horse likes the pond just as much as you do. Let's go get our horse and take a dip. After a swim, it's time for a bath. To start off, I like to just start off with a simple shampoo, and I like to use the mane and tail shampoo. After the mane and tail shampoo, I use a curry. And well, it's not the usual type of curry. It's smaller. It's like a scrubby. And I scrub all the shampoo into her coat. If your horse has white spots on its white markings on its legs, I like to use the Equitone whitening shampoo. And then I don't really use the scrubby as hard on the legs, but sometimes I use my fingernails to curry it into the whitening marks on their legs. If it doesn't really whiten as much, then I do a little bit of scrubby. After that, I usually use baby shampoo on their face just so it doesn't sting their eyes. And then I put the whitening shampoo over it on just their white markings. And if they don't have that, then the baby shampoo should be just fine. After I use the shampoo, I rinse it off, and I rinse off all the shampoo all over their coat. And sometimes I like to use conditioner on their whole body, not just their mane and tail. Almost every time I use it on their mane and tail, but sometimes I like to use it on their body so it keeps them nice and shiny. And it takes a long time to rinse that out, so you have to make sure that you get all of the shampoo and conditioner off of their body. Once I'm done with all of that, I like to take a scraper. This is usually what all scrapers look like, unless you have one that's kind of like this. This also works just to scrape them. On their legs, when you have the harder scrubby, I also like to use the softer scrubby because it also does the same amount of pressure on, but it's just a little softer. And once I'm done with this scraper, I like to use the towel first I like to start with their face, since it's the most delicate around their eyes, I don't like to have a whole bunch of dirt. So I start with the face, and then I do the legs, and then I do the body with a towel. And once we're done with toweling the legs, I like to pat dry their body. And then once you're done with that, I usually like to do a little bit of fly spray and comb their mane over and their tail down, just so they don't have the tangles in their mane, and it's nice to get. And it's just nice to comb it over just so it won't keep getting knotty and tangly. So you know how to comb the mane over. And then after, I just take any type of fly spray, and I just, usually mostly in the summertime, not always in the winter, or not in the winter. I just run their whole body down in fly spray. Sometimes people forget to get under their belly. Sometimes I like to just spray some on my hands and just get a little bit around the face. You don't usually get it above the eyes just in case sweat drips down and it gets in their eyes. So under their eyes and around their mouth and that sort of. Once I'm done with the bath, I just like to take them for a short graze just so they can dry before they go out in their paddock and roll. And that is how I like to give a bath. I hope you enjoy my tips and tricks. Thank you for having me.
Hi, my name's Paul Dunn. I'm from Mule City Feeds here in Benson. I'm a member of the Benson Area Chamber of Commerce, and these are my mules. We want to invite you to come to Benson Mule Days in September. It'll be the 4th weekend, and look forward to seeing you. Come on down to Mule Day this September.
Hi, I'm Rick Peniston. I train my horse Jake to trust me and be brave in order to face the obstacle challenges and win in extreme cowboy races. It takes dedication, hard work, and innovation to train a champion. As an attorney representing injured persons, I use the same skills to win compensation for people injured in accidents or on-the-job injuries. If you've been injured in an accident or on the job and need advice, call me. I want to hear from you.
Every 13.7 minutes, somebody commits suicide in the United States. Join us in Tryon, North Carolina at the Fence Equestrian Center for a 5-day event like no other. On October 20th through the 24th, we are raising funds for suicide prevention and awareness. We have clinicians coming from all over for the entire 5-day stay, and we'll be given demos as well as clinics and lessons throughout the event. Please join us at lionslegacyrideforlife.com for more information.